Have you ever been told that you're mature for your age? Yeah, I have, and I used to think that was a compliment until I realized it kinda wasn't. Growing up, I always felt like I had to be responsible, like I needed to take on adult responsibilities as fast as possible, which doesn't sound like a bad thing at first, but apparently when you're forced to grow up too fast, it actually affects how you think, feel, and view yourself later in life. This experience is called parentification. It usually happens in families where the parents are emotionally unavailable, immature, or dealing with conflict, and they end up relying on their kid to provide emotional or physical support instead of the other way around. I didn't realize this was happening to me until pretty recently, but it turns out it's actually pretty common. So I wanted to talk about my experience with it, not as a professional or expert, but just as someone who went through it. Part 1. Childhood phase. Being the mature one. Growing up, I was constantly told that I was so mature for my age, and I thought, cool, I'm doing something right. But really, it was because I didn't have much of a choice. Without getting too personal, I took on a lot of responsibilities as a kid. It started small, like helping out around the house, looking after siblings, and slowly turned into, if I don't do it, I'm not worth anything. And that's a really heavy mindset for a child. I felt like I had to be the tough one, the smart one, the everything, which is not really realistic. The more I said yes, the more I got asked to do. But if I said no, I'd feel guilty or even get scolded. So either way, I feel like I lost. Over time, that made me believe my feelings didn't really matter. Saying no felt like I was being selfish, even though it's not. And when you're raised to think like that, you start building a mask, a version of yourself that looks strong, but underneath you're kind of falling apart. And nobody would even know or doubt whether this is the authentic me or not, whether I am doing okay or not. Eventually, I stopped feeling like a person and more like a machine that just did what was needed. Day by day, I hoped something would change, but it didn't, and all I could do was dream and keep moving forward, even if I didn't know where I was going. Part 2. Realization. Looking back, I think that's when I started developing depression and anxiety. I just felt completely stuck. Like, even when I wasn't doing anything wrong, I still felt like a failure. I didn't want to do anything at all, but time didn't stop for me, so I had to keep going. It took me a long time to realize that I wasn't lazy or broken. I was just tired of being fake in order to survive. And that's something I think a lot of us who grow up too fast can relate to. Part 3. Reflection and how it shaped me. I only started realizing all this recently, and honestly I'm still figuring out, but I know things can get better once you're aware of them. It definitely affected the way I see myself. I've always been super self-conscious, and I worry about what people think of me even though nobody's actually thinking about me 24/7. Still, it's hard to shake that feeling off when you're spent your whole life on alert, trying not to mess things up. That constant alertness also made it really hard for me to relax. Like, even when I'm doing something fun, my brain is like, hey, maybe you should be doing something productive instead. And don't even get me started on attachment issues. When I like someone, I want to be with them a lot. And when they're not available, my brain goes, they hate me, they're gonna leave. Which sounds dramatic, but it's just how my brain got wired now. And logically, I know that's not true. People are just busy, but it's still something I'm working on. I also notice how I feel guilty doing things that are meaningful to me. Like, if I'm drawing or relaxing, there's this weird voice that says, shouldn't you be helping someone else right now? Even though helping myself should be totally okay and asking for help is also okay. It's such a strange mindset to have, like feeling like self-care is selfish, which is not. Part 4. Emotional numbness. Over the years, I think I just shut down emotionally. When something bad happens, I instinctively try to feel less, so it doesn't hurt as much. But that also means I don't feel happiness as deeply either. It's like numbing one side of the scale also dulls the other. However, I'm not emotionless though. In fact, I probably have too many emotions. They just kind of come out all at once after I try to hide them for too long. And honestly, that's progress because it means I'm finally allowing myself to feel things again. Part 5. Healing and moving forward. So yeah, I kinda just dumped a lot of heavy stuff here, but if you can relate to any of this, I hope it helps you feel less alone. Maybe I should go to therapy instead of talking about this on the internet, but honestly, writing this script already made me feel lighter, and I'm grateful to be where I am now, even if life's not perfect, or like the way I intended, I guess. And I'd rather deal with my own problems than carry someone else's. And by the way, I don't mean to blame my parents, I just need some time and space to understand what happened and who I want to be from now on. I know that I might feel behind, but it's okay. Since healing isn't a race, it's better to take your time than to stay stuck. So maybe I grew up too fast, but now I'm learning how to counter that. If you've gone through something similar, I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments as well. Thank you for watching.